Good morning, guys. So I was on a website called lineofaction.com. I will post a link in the description below for it. And I have taken 3 videos this morning, all of which have been fucked up for one reason or another. My last video, which was amazing, didn't even take. I don't know what the hell happened there, but I was so angry. It deleted itself. So upset. Anyways, so lineofaction.com, it gives you timed interval drawings. Like, it gives you like 30 seconds, 60 seconds, I think it's 2 minutes, 5 minutes, and then 10 minutes is their max. And then you can do like same timed mode, so you can do so many drawings for like 1 minute, and then they have class mode, which it'll interval up, so you'll do a 30-second sketch, a 60-second, 2 minute, 5 minute, and they'll do a 10-minute sustained study, which is cool. So these were all 1 minutes, working on like outlines. I'm getting a little too detail-y in some of them, but they had some really cool stuff. So this was my last video I started taking, and basically this is the one drawing I want to talk about. When you're starting out in gestures, don't go straight to this, especially if you don't know like the outside form. Like if you're not really you've never done gestures before, this is hard. This is like advanced drawing. You want to start with a running line gesture, and what I'm going to do is I've got a book here. I'm not going to use the website just because I've stopped my session again, so I'm just going to pick a pose from this book I have. It's a Japanese pose book, and they're phenomenal. I love these books so much. So I'm just going to pick like one of these poses here, with a bigger, maybe that one or something. Anyways, so I'll pick a pose, and then I'll show you how to do a running line gesture. And when you're first starting out, you do the running line gesture, and I'll walk you through the process of what gestures are. When I was in school, like in animation school, this was like the first step in life drawing class. This is like the first thing that we did, and it was an entire like semester on doing these things, and then some other studies. The book we used was called Nicholites. It was Nicholites like way of drawing or something like that. I don't know. Just look up Nicholites online, you'll find the book. If you read that book, it'll give you like a lot of insights into life drawing. It's not, I know life drawing can be like, oh, I know what I'm doing, I'm drawing a figure. But if you're not observing the figure properly and you don't know what to look for, this is what that book tells you. And like, I can spew this shit out, but you really have to put the pencil to the paper to work out the sketches on your own. So we are going to take, I'll fill something out in there, one of these drawings here, and I'll show you a running line gesture. I'm going to use this one because you guys can see it. Alright, so what you do is when you're doing these running line gestures, you try and like build up the pose, like, and build the energy. Like when you're first putting down the lines, you want to go as expressive as you can, because as the minute goes on, I should have timed this. As the minute goes on, you will you'll tighten things up, and you'll be like just running lines everywhere, but you're like constantly flowing through the pose, and you're drawing, and then you're picking out specific lines so that you can start describing the pose a bit more. Now, when you first start out with these, you're gonna get like the figure down on the page, like the little first scribble, and then everything else is gonna look like a mess. But you always want to be thinking of masses and moving through the sketch. Okay, so I think that's about done. Yeah, so that's a running line gesture, and I know you're like, oh, that looks so scribbly and messy and that kind of thing. Yes, but this will actually help you get to the other thing. So actually, I didn't curve his back up enough, but anyway, so we'll go down here, and I'll show you the other way to eye gesture. So this is how you start off. Whenever you're doing running line, like whenever you're starting gestures, start off with the running line gesture. It's a little bit easier, and then you can get through the entire pose, and you start building your forms on top. Like, you start running your forms, and don't take your, sorry, I had the hiccups. Don't take your pencil off the page when you're doing this. It's, there we go. This camera, I don't know what it is, it like unwinds and unfocuses. Anyways, when you're doing your running line gestures and you're first starting off, this is really easy. Don't take your pencil off the page and keep building the forms. Build where the weight is. like when there's weight, like make sure that you know that there's weight there. Like constantly go back to that section and like find out like there's weight in here, there's compression, like that kind of thing. And what it does is it like gives you the feel of what the pose is doing. Gestures are to capture the energy of whatever the pose is doing. That's essentially what they are. Anyway, so we're going to draw this again. And then I'm going to do it in a little bit of a tighter way. So and I'm not going back to fix my mistakes because this is in pen. So it's like my mistake goes down, I live with it. I'm not caring about that. I just want to get like the essence of what the pose is doing. So I'm adjusting as I go. I'm drawing over lines I drew on before. So now I'm getting a little too detailed. Anyway, so that's kind of a more advanced version of this. Okay, so start off with this if you're beginning with gestures, and then work your way up to that. And this one is basically understanding shapes, proportion, and like just you're doing this, but you're only dropping your pencil at certain point, so it creates a little bit neater of an image. Anyway, guys, I hope that helped. You can find these books on animebooks.com. They are expensive unless you're in the States, and then they're fucking amazing because apparently States only gets free shipping. I live in Canada, so I had to pay $40 on shipping. Don't judge me. Anyways, yeah, the book that tells you about this kind of stuff is Nicholites on figure drawing or something like that. I can't really remember at this point in time. Just look up Nicholites, or I'll put a link in the description below. The website I was using for my earlier sketches is called lineofaction.com. I will also post a link in the description below. No, I am not affiliated with them at all. I just really like their website. I think it is a wonderful tool for artists, especially artists who are learning and starting out. And yeah, if you can get yourself into an actual life drawing class, like either in a post-secondary situation or like a class like provided by like your YMCA or whatever other clubs that there are, I would definitely suggest taking that. There's nothing compared to the live model. Those sessions are more serious, and a lot of times you will have nude models, so you just have to not be squeamish and realize that the person modeling is working, type of thing, right? Anyway, alright, this video's gone on long enough. If you like these videos and you would like to see more of them, please subscribe. If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up. And if you have any questions on this video or suggestions for other videos, please leave that in the comments below. Have a wonderful day, guys. Bye-bye.